Soon, entire blocks appear devastated. We might think 7.2, 7.5, they're similar, right? But no, because the scale that measures earthquakes is not linear. It's logarithmic exponential, so a 7.5 earthquake releases almost 3 times as much energy as a 7.2 earthquake.
The United States Department of Defense decided to send the Southern Command to take full control of search and rescue operations in Venezuela after the devastating earthquake that has already claimed the lives of more than 1,900 people. The tragedy exposed the interim government's inability to coordinate an effective response, leading the Americans to mobilize a massive military force to ensure that victims were rescued and that humanitarian aid reached the hardest-hit areas. This decision marks a direct intervention in a scenario of institutional and humanitarian collapse, where even the Chavista Diosdado Cabello tried to prevent rescue teams from reaching the affected areas.
The department decided to send rescue teams and claim the lives of 1,900 people. The tragedy led the Americans to ensure that the victims were rescued.
The rescue team pulled them out. Is there someone up there?
Southern Command brought in highly specialized search and rescue teams, including units with sniffer dogs trained to locate survivors under the rubble. One of the most remarkable moments was the rescue of a child found alive after being buried for 6 days, an episode that brought hope amid the chaos. The American logistical effort with helicopters, field hospitals, and mapping technology has been fundamental in coordinating large-scale operations. But with the massive arrival of the Southern Command in Venezuela, will things really change for good in the country? Welcome to Vida No Cuartel. Vida no Cuartel. While the interim government of Venezuela, led by Delcy Rodriguez, remained inert in the face of the catastrophe, several countries mobilized to send immediate aid to the country. Diosdado Cabello, Chavismo's number 2 figure and current Minister of the Interior, even argued with rescue teams from the United States, trying to prevent the teams from advancing into the devastated areas, which increased the anger of the population and the international community.
Let's mention a video that has gone viral on social media in which the Minister of the Interior of the regime, Diosdado Cabello, appears to have a tense confrontation with United States rescuers who are providing humanitarian services in Aguaira.
This stance reinforces the perception that the Chavista regime prioritizes political control over the lives of its citizens. In addition, several reports have shown that allies of Chavismo are stealing belongings from victims in the affected areas, under the orders of Cabello.
What's happening? What's going on? Come over here, nephew and son, thank you, get him, I swear!
I want, hold him there.
The tragedy mobilized more than 30 countries, which sent humanitarian aid and specialized rescue teams. From Vietnam to El Salvador, teams arrived to support the international efforts. Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele ordered the mobilization of a military fleet to operate directly in the affected areas, showing solidarity and regional support. This international unity reinforces the seriousness of the situation and the need for global cooperation in the face of disasters of this magnitude. Brazil also played an important role, sending several flights from the Brazilian Air Force with rescue teams from the Air Force and firefighters from different states.
The greatest asset we can deliver with this mission is hope to the Venezuelan people, who are already suffering greatly after the earthquake of the magnitude we experienced. So the teams that are boarding today are fully trained and they are internationally certified teams. We have already been to Turkey and we have responded to other national events, not earthquakes, but structural collapses, landslides, and so on.
In addition, supplies and water purifiers were sent, which are essential to prevent a public health crisis amid the collapse of basic infrastructure. The Brazilian presence symbolizes regional solidarity and the responsibility to support our neighboring people in their most difficult moment. The chaotic situation in Venezuela requires not only immediate rescue, but also logistical coordination for the distribution of food, water, and medicine. Hospitals are overwhelmed, and many of the injured remain without proper care.
Here.
Dad, let's go. We're surrounded.
Come have a little. That's enough. Don't ask for more. Come on, let's go. The vast jar is what.
The actions of the international forces, led by the Southern Command, have been crucial to prevent the number of victims from increasing even more. Marine Major General Kevin J. Gerard, commander of the Marines with the Southern Command, landed in Venezuela to take command of the rescue and stabilization operation after the devastating earthquake. His arrival symbolizes the decision of the United States to take direct control of humanitarian actions, coordinating international teams, and personally assessing the inertia of the interim government led by Delcy Rodriguez. General Gerard has closely followed the work of the rescue teams, supervising the use of sniffer dogs and advanced technology to locate survivors, while monitoring the stance of Diosdado Cabello, who has forbidden local volunteers from working in the affected areas. The presence of a high-ranking American official reinforces the seriousness of the mission and Washington's determination to ensure that lives are saved even in the face of the American authorities' neglect. The presence of Diosdado Cabello, a central figure in Chavismo, remains one of the main obstacles to the stabilization of Venezuela. He is on the U.S. State Department's wanted list, accused of serious crimes, and with a $25 million reward for his capture. Cabello is known for commanding the colectivos, paramilitary forces that operate outside the law, oppressing opponents and perpetuating the Chavista regime.
The presence of the American delegation reinforces the seriousness.
Mission. His stance during the disaster reinforces his image as an authoritarian leader insensitive to the suffering of the people.
Obstacles to the stabilization of Diosdado's Chavismo. Main ones, let's see the line.
Obstacles to stabilization.
There are reports that Diosdado Cabello used the area affected by the earthquake as a place to keep opponents imprisoned, taking advantage of the fact that it was an isolated and quiet area with little movement, which made it difficult to discover and locate these illegal detentions.
What is Diosdado Cabello hiding that he doesn't want the American rescuers to find under the rubble? Diosdado Cabello. He could have been using buildings and apartments located in the disaster area as storage centers for money and other illegal materials. illegal goods, according to reports and sources who have investigated him in the past. According to one of these sources, Diosdado Cabello's criminal organization could have hidden large amounts of cash in various apartments in La Guaira.
It is believed that, after this moment of tragedy, the Southern Command may intensify efforts to arrest Cabello. The logic is clear. It doesn't make sense for someone wanted internationally for serious crimes to continue holding a position of power in an interim government that has already shown an inability to protect its population. This possibility adds a political dimension to humanitarian operations, showing that the crisis may create room for structural changes in the country. The capabilities of the Southern Command to provide support at this moment are vast. In addition to search and rescue teams, the Americans have advanced technology for mapping affected areas, mobile field hospitals, and air logistics for transporting supplies. This structure allows not only for saving lives, but also for organizing the international response efficiently, coordinating different countries, and integrating efforts in an unprecedented disaster scenario. Despite all the pain and destruction, there is hope that Venezuela will be able to recover. The Venezuelan people have already suffered too much under the Chavista regime and deserve to live full, happy lives. May international solidarity, combined with the courage of the survivors, be the starting point to rebuild not only devastated cities, but also the dignity of a nation that cries out for freedom and justice. These are the sincere wishes of the entire community here at Vida No Cuartel. Here at Vida No Cuartel, you stay up to date with everything happening in the military world. Leave your like, subscribe, and watch one of the videos that's appearing on your screen.
Ayuda.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Forward fighters, see you next time.